Good afternoon, viewers. I would like to talk about my story, what led to my breakthrough in farming, and some of the challenges that I suffered. As a beginner farmer, you will never know that there are many challenges and obstacles that would confront you as you go about to start up your farming. But as you keep going, you keep learning. But to many who will subscribe to my page and keep listening to my past experience that I have acquired throughout my years of farming, this will help most people who are following up with this mentorship program with us, will help them to skip some of the challenges that we suffered while we started farming until we get to the stage we are today. The angle I'm going to reflect on my explanation, because this that I'm going to talk about actually led to my breakthrough in farming. Um, I'm going to focus on the area of how I engage in selling my farm produce, the experience I went through, things I was supposed to do that I never realized to start doing them before I went to start, before my produce got to maturity stage. Now, as in time past, when I started my farming, I was so passionate to plant. My passion was more in planting than in planning. So I was just planting almost everything that came my views or that came my way, irrespective of the what actually attracted me to start up farming, which was plantain and banana. While I was going about doing my banana and plantain farming, every other kind of seedling, like I said in my past video, that came my way, I was planting them. Such seed like cucumber, I planted cucumber. I planted watermelon. I planted garden egg. I planted tomatoes. I planted pepper. There's a pepper called habanero pepper. It has red, yellow, orange colors. I planted them. I planted lots of things. I planted onions. I planted carrots. In fact, I planted leaf green. That is vegetable leaves. You have ugu, which is pumpkin leaf. Then you have this green leaf that grows straight from the ground, which is green vegetable leaves. I'm sure I planted different types. As we are clearing, once we have space for farming plantain, we just start planting every other seedling. I even planted yam. Now, I knew that my plantain will get to 1 year before we start it start before we start thinking of harvesting. But some of the produce that I planted, which was pepper, cucumber, tomatoes, garden egg, and so on, many of them, like also green leaf, came out just 3 months after I planted them. I started harvesting from 3 months. Even maize, I harvested from 3 months. Cucumber, 3 months. Pepper was going to around 5, 6 months. Another crops were coming out after 3 months. They were all coming out. So I have to start harvesting without even making investigation. No, so I started harvesting and taking them to markets. So what I really suffered in this market experience was this. When I harvested my vegetable, because they were perishable, I never understood that because they were perishable, the value the real cost price or the real selling price I was supposed to sell them, I never knew that I'm not going to get them. I thought the way I visit market and I price some commodity, how much do you sell this one? They will tell me how much do you sell this one. So with that joy, I just harvested my produce and I started taking it to farm. Now hear what happened. When I got to farm, my first harvest was good. So when I got to market, the market buyers, they saw what I brought was very attractive. At first, they rushed at it and they cautioned themselves unknowingly to me that my they are very sure, because the way I was talking to them, I wasn't talking like I have been into farming. I told them my farm just that I planted some months back just started producing and I'm already harvesting. That I just came to find out how much I can sell them and all that. I started asking, how much do you buy? So because I started asking such questions, they knew this was a new farmer, a beginner farmer. So what they did is that they started valuing it very cheaply. When I saw the price, something I was supposed to sell at the rate of maybe 1,000 naira, they will now be pricing 1,000, which is 200. I'm talking about vegetable leaves. Then other things that I was having, like pepper, I still experience the same thing. So they price it very low. When I try to sell, I try to consider what they were pricing, and I consider my expenses in farm. I realize I'm going to run so much at loss. So I started looking at them, it was as if I was trying to beg them to buy up my commodity. So some of them said there's nothing they can do, that some of the things I brought, they already have it. They were not expecting that I will come to market with my commodity, my produce, that they already have them. That if it stay 2 days, 3 days, it will get spoiled. If we even get daybreak, the value will come down the more. They told me the price that they are pricing now, by the next day they won't price up to that. When I saw it, I was almost urinating at myself, because it was very, very discouraging. I was already thinking, do you think those who are succeeding in farming, is this what they faced? So the first experience, I tried to, okay, let me sell at that giveaway price, but I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy. Some of them said they don't have the money to pay me instantly, that I will have to come back at another day. I came back another day, they will tell me the money that they have is not complete. Manage this one first, come back again. Sometimes I will get to them 4-5 times before I will be able to collect what they bought from me. So it kept getting me discouraged. But during the time of pepper season, when pepper came out, I already knew that the kind of pepper I cultivated. No, how I got to know. See how I got to know that the kind of pepper I cultivated was being sold per kg. Because of the first experience I had in selling my maize, my vegetable leaves, and cucumber and other things, I didn't go to the main market where they sell different commodities. So I went to roadside markets. You know those kind of markets, roadside markets. So when I got there, they saw my pepper. It was very fresh and very fine. So they asked me to bring. So I was a bit encouraged. So they asked me, how much do you sell per kg? That was when I got to know that, pepper is sold per kg. So I didn't rush at them, because my pepper was very fine. So they never knew I was a new farmer. So they were asking me, so I now have to ask them back, how much do you buy per kg? When they heard my question, they paused a little bit. They started thinking, okay, oh yeah, put it there. So they started wasting time to think of what to tell me, because they at this stage they knew I was a novice to selling of pepper. So they said, well, kg, they reduce it below the normal price. So I said in my mind, time will come, I will find out about this thing. So I supplied them but it was a bit encouraging to the leaf green vegetable I supplied to the market and the maize that I supplied. So as I kept coming to the markets, I kept understanding the how to sell the pepper, fresh pepper. I think some tribe they call it atarodo. You can name the name it's called in your tribe. So I got to different, though I was moving from street to street selling these things, and I realized that sometimes when I take it to some street markets, they would tell me that they already have that. If I will sell very very low, they will manage to buy from me. So I kept on taking it to places where there are few buyers. I never knew there are major buyers existing somewhere because I was new to these things. So, and my farm, I was able to harvest up to